Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I finally get around to checking out the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 6 released on Blu-ray by Shout Factory. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, ring the bell and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. Well, I know I'm very late in getting this out, but it did arrive the morning that I was leaving for my month-long trip to Seoul and Japan. So I've had to wait this long to get stuck into this box set, which I've been very excited to do because it does contain a host of movies that I have not seen. I think, bar one, I've seen one of them and that's it. So everything else on here is going to be a first time watch for me, which is fantastic. The box set, again, like all the others before it, is beautifully presented. I mean, look at that artwork. It is fucking stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. The whole thing, again, just wows me. I mean, and when you see these collections on the shelf together, they are, for me, the best releases of Shaw Brothers movies, just in terms of how they look, in terms of their extra features and qualities and things like that. I'll have to dig into that and really compare a lot. But for me, for the artwork and how these are presented, this is the ultimate edition. They look stunning, absolutely stunning. But yes, very excited to get stuck into this. 11 movies on here. We have Swordswoman 3, the 12 Gold Medallions, The Black Enforcer, Duel for Gold, Finger of Doom, Nacha and the Seven Devils, Shadow Girl, Swordsman at Large, The Black Tavern, The Young Avenger, and Crazy Nuts of Kung Fu. Not a title I expected to see in there, but still very excited. Now, Nacha or Nerha and the Seven Devils is the movie that I have seen. I actually have reviewed it on my website and I had watched it on YouTube, very bad quality, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, this is a clever move by Shout Factory, and obviously a decision they had made perhaps before the huge success of the Chinese animation Nerha 2, which just blew my mind. It's incredible. Go watch my review for it. It is amazing, just amazing. But this, of course, is an older Shaw Brothers adaptation of the story of Nerha. So I'm really excited that they put that in there, and I'm going to be surprised if we don't start seeing more adaptations of this particular character over the next year, since the movie itself has been so popular. Okay, but still want to get stuck into this very, very quickly because there's a lot to get through. And a lot of movies here that, as I say, are going to be first time watches for me, and it's going to take me a good week or more to watch them all. But let me pop through these discs one by one and share with you just exactly what those special features are. So on the first set we have Swordswoman 3 and the 12 Gold Medallions. What do we got here? Special features on Swordswoman 3, new optional English subtitles, new audio commentary with James Mudge, and an image gallery. With the 12 Gold Medallions, audio commentary with Bram Bankston, audio commentary with James Mudge, optional English subtitles, image gallery, and a celestial trailer. Popping that open, and very much like all the others before it, you get the poster art on the discs themselves, and inside the cover there we have the full spread. Obviously the posters are split here on the front cover, but on the reverse you do get both posters in all their glory. So yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same as all before, but I'm going to try and rush through this quickly. As I say, I want to get in and start watching them as quickly as I possibly can. The Black Enforcer and Duel for Gold. So special features with the Black Enforcer, audio commentary with Bram Bankston, another with James Mudge, and optional English subtitles. Duel for Gold, we get an audio commentary with James Mudge and optional English subtitles along with an image gallery. Not too much in there, and you'll find this sometimes with the Shout Factory Shaw Brothers sets. Some movies are loaded with special features and others are lucky if they get a trailer or even an audio commentary at that. But still, very excited. Very excited. Of course, we all thought that Shout Factory were going to stop with box 4, and I had even done a video on what I would like them to have done with box 5, which never came about, of course, as in my hopes of what box 5 would be if they were ending it with 5. Never happened. It could still happen, but now we're on to box 6, which was very quickly announced after box 5 came out there. What have we got here? Finger of Doom and Nacha and the Seven Devils. But yeah, very excited. Finger of Doom, we have a new featurette called Deliberation of Doom, an interview with Luke White. We have a new audio commentary with Ian Jane, English subtitles, an image gallery and celestial trailer. And for Nacha and the Seven Devils, a new featurette called A Devilish Success, an interview with Luke White again there. We have audio commentary with Brian Bankston, audio commentary with Ian Jane, and an image gallery on there. Very good. Nice to see, because it's not a movie that I feel has gotten enough appreciation, so it's nice to see it getting a Blu-ray release after all this time. And again, with the front of the cover, and on the other side we have got this, which is pretty cool. But it is an older movie, Nacha, and the effects, of course, aren't modern CGI, but it's still a fun movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it, I have to say. What do we got here? Shadow Girl and Swordsman at Large. So extra features with Shadow Girl. We have the audio commentary with James Mudge, new English subtitles, and that's it. Swordsman at Large, audio commentary with James Mudge again, subtitles and an image gallery. So again, much less as we go along here, much less. But anyway, still very exciting, still great to get all these Shaw Brothers titles thrown at us. I think Idiot Films they should have really went down the line of doing something like this with their latest batch of Shaw Brothers titles, because they've been pumping them out there with very little extras. And while they are all pretty exciting titles, I'm not denying it, it's brilliant to get them, as I say. It would be nice if they had maybe done this kind of thing in terms of going for less. But it would have been nice to have an Idiot Films box set of Shaw Brothers movies. The Black Tavern and The Young Avenger. Again, two first-time watches for me. With The Black Tavern, we get new audio commentary with Brian Bankston. Another with James Mudge. And new subtitles, that's it. And then with The Young Avenger, audio commentary with James Mudge. New subtitles, an image gallery, and the Celestial trailer. Let me quickly spin those discs around. So yeah, again, just very excited to see what's what with these. I don't know too much about any of the movies involved in here. I am seeing a lot of regular faces, of course, and very excited for that in itself. Of course, the late Ku Feng there on the back cover, I think, for The Black Tavern. So pretty excited for that one. And last but not least, Crazy Nuts of Kung Fu. But yes, Crazy Nuts of Kung Fu, this one is loaded with extra features. We have Creating Some Craziness, an interview with director and writer Lee Cho Nam, which I'm very excited for that. New featurette called The Kung Fu Hustle, interview with actor and veteran martial arts performer Jack Long. A new featurette called Nutcracker, an interview with actor and recurring supporting performer Yu Tai Ping. A new audio commentary with Brian Bankston, new audio commentary with James Mudge, optional English subtitles, and that's about it. But still, what a packed release, which is fantastic. And of course, whatever was lacking on the other ones seems to be slapped on here, which is great. We have, of course, the full spread here, and on the other side, the poster with a still from the movie. I'm quite interested in this one. I don't know what to expect. Is it a kung fu comedy? Is it just crazy? Who knows? But that's pretty much everything with the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 6. Thankfully, these sleeves fit the box for a change, because we had problems with box 5 where they were sized differently. I finally got that rectified. But this is a beautiful piece. I love the coloring with it. The artwork is stunning, as I say, absolutely gorgeous. I am going to go and check out absolutely everything on here to come right back and let you know what I think. So, just back after checking out the Shout Factory Blu-ray release of the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 6, and it was fantastic to see all of these movies, bar Nacha, but all of these movies for the first time and in some fantastic HD prints. I had no complaints at all. They all look fantastic, and it was great to actually see Nacha and the Seven Devils in full HD for the first time. So yes, overall, a wonderful collection of movies. Some were better than others, but none of them were terrible, and that's the main thing. They all entertained me, and I thoroughly enjoyed going back through them with the audio commentaries, some of which had 2 on there, some had 1, most of which were very, very good for the most part. Some again, some better than others, but overall, definitely all worth checking out if you want to learn a wee bit more about each of those films, of course. In terms of the trailers, most of the movies, most of the discs would come with a Celestial trailer. Now these run for slightly over a minute in length. They are DVD quality, they're not great, but they still entertain. Same with the stills galleries, not all of them have them, and if they do, they're pretty cool. Most of them run between a minute to 2 minutes in length and just offer a collection of HD stills and some artwork, of course, here. But the special features that are included, the interviews, video essays, etc., they come on just a certain amount of discs, not every one of them. That includes Finger of Doom. You have Luke White, who does an interview for about 20 minutes or so. Now, it's a good piece. I enjoyed what he had to say there. Just looks like he was kind of coming across a wee bit messy. Looks like he needs some sleep. Of course, he also goes on to do another interview for Nacha and the Seven Devils. This time runs for about 17 minutes in length. Again, a good piece, very, very informative. Talks more about the character of Nacha, or Nerha, if you have went on to that animation I talked about. And also kind of the background of it, the background of the story, the background of the characters. But it's quite an interesting piece overall there. All the other interviews, etc., come on the Crazy Nuts of Kung Fu, and as you can see behind me, this is the disc that I do have in. As with all the other box sets, it carries the artwork onto the screen, which looks incredible. When that artwork is backlit by the television, I just love it even more. It is so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, Crazy Nuts Kung Fu carries the most of them. You have the interview with director Lee Cho-nam, which was fantastic. I mean, it's so rare to see this guy do an interview. I don't think I've ever seen an interview with Lee Cho-nam. If I have, it has been many years since. But this was fantastic to see. Ran for around 23 minutes, covers his life, his career, working with Shaw Brothers, and of course this film in particular, but absolutely well worth checking out and definitely one of the highlights of the collection. Then you have a Jack Long interview, and I love Jack Long. If any true Kung Fu fan will know who Jack Long is, and his brother Mark Long. I mean, he's obviously, they're all very aged by this stage, but it's great to hear him talk again about his life, his career, the movies, etc., and where he started, because he really did have a climb before he became this renowned Kung Fu superstar that we know today. That's well worth checking out. That ran for about 26 minutes in length. And then you have Yu Tai Ping. He's like a supporting actor. You have an interview with him. I didn't recognize him straight up, I'm going to be honest. But again, some great words to hear from him. Great piece about his life, his career, and where he went through the movie business and the movies that he did appear in there. Ran for just over 21 minutes in length. Not someone you would ever expect to see interviewed, but it's nice to know that it's not a mainstream actor or director here, that this is somebody else who's done as much work, getting the chance to talk about where they started and where they got to there. But overall, what a fantastic piece. I would have liked to have seen a lot more extras on there. They're very, very few, scattered across the discs, and even some of the movies say they may not come with a commentary or a trailer or a stills gallery. So a wee bit shy on extras in comparison to the other box sets from earlier on, but I still love it. This artwork blows me away, as I've talked about many times. It's incredible. I can't wait to put this up on the shelf with the rest of them. The movies, all fantastic. I mean, really had a great time with them. And of course, sometimes a lot of people say, I don't really want to get this set because there's too much sword play. I mean, there's other martial arts throughout there, but this is just the era of Shaw Brothers. And it kind of then starts to change. The more you go through the movies, you start to see little different shifts from swordplay to kung fu there. So it is a worthy set to pick up, and especially if you've got the other 5, 6, 7, how many others that they've got out there of Shaw Brothers titles. But for me, this absolutely gets a double thumbs up. Super glad that it's in my collection, out now from Shout Factory. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram at InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu and I will see you soon.